Like it was a stressful drive in on 131 South this afternoon, but thank goodness the temperature rose and the roads are pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's the silver lining of today is that at least right now, Juliet, over the maybe next couple hours, roads should be in fair shape, at least compared to this morning into the early afternoon where there were many spots of tricky travel with that clipper system coming through. We're going to continue bouts of snow in some capacity over the weekend into early next week, along with the coldest air of the season. That's why we have a 13 weather impact alert all the way through Tuesday morning because of the periodic chance of snow. At times, the snow will be on the heavier side and will also contend with that frigid air mass, especially by the end of the weekend into the first half of the week. Of course, at times, need a little extra time and distance out on the roads, and then by early next week, very mindful of the cold. 13 weather ball is blinking blue. We will be colder tomorrow compared to today, and we do have additional snow in sight. 13 weather ball brought to you by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. There was the clipper system that arrived just after daybreak. It continued into the early afternoon. We've been in a bit of a lull over the last couple hours, but now starting to contend with a few bursts of precipitation as we're pushing into the 6 o'clock hour. Notice radar picking up that some of this is trying to mix with rain, especially on the western edge of Allegan County, and that is because temperatures are sitting at or even a bit above the freezing mark. We're sitting at 32 here in Grand Rapids, but notice Muskegon at 35, South Haven at 37 degrees. So we might contend with some mixed precipitation over the coming hours before all of this switches back to pure snow with numbers falling below freezing by the end of tonight. There's the energy associated with our clipper system. Now to our east, we have a secondary cold front coming through later this evening into tonight. That's what's going to allow a few bursts of snow, even some sustained lake effect overnight into early tomorrow. And we have additional ripples in our jet stream around this upper level low that's going to continue to influence our weather here in the Great Lakes through early next week. Each one of these ripples in the jet stream just reinforces that lake effect and lake enhanced snow opportunity. So our hour-by-hour forecast will carry on the burst of precipitation, mostly in the way of snow through this evening. It will be a bit disorganized, but any of those bursts could provide a quick coating of snow, some low visibility. Our focus tonight is really after midnight through the morning hours of tomorrow. The model guidance has been quite consistent with a stationary lake effect band somewhere in the vicinity of Muskegon, Oceana, and Newaygo County. If this does set up shop, there could be several inches of localized snow in that vicinity after midnight into early tomorrow. Once we pass daybreak tomorrow, we'll transition back to scattered lake effect snow off a westerly wind. This is noon tomorrow. Scattered snow showers along and west of US 131. And then here comes another one of those ripples in the jet stream, and that will reinforce those snow bands along and westward of US 131 tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. So from a snow perspective through daybreak tomorrow, could be a few inches of localized snow in that area where the snow band may set up shop. Again, Muskegon, Oceana, and Newaygo County, and then we'll pick up a couple more inches, especially westward of US 131 come tomorrow during the day. Temperatures will slide off through the lower 20s as tomorrow goes on and will continue to fall off temperature-wise. Sunday, numbers will fall into the 10s. On Monday, we might even struggle to climb out of the single digits. So here's a better look at those numbers. Again, Sunday into Monday, yeah, single-digit temperatures as Monday goes on, and it will be quite blustery. Some gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. Look what happens after Sunday. We'll have wind chill values around 0, and then by Monday itself, our wind chill values plummet anywhere between 10 to 20 below 0. Of course, that means more lake effect snow will blossom. Sunday morning, we might have a little bit of a lull in the activity, but by the end of Sunday, here comes that Arctic cold front that will really usher in that frigid air mass, and that will pick up the snow once again late in the day Sunday throughout our Monday. So it's going to be an active stretch over the coming days. Your 13 on your side, 7-day forecast showcasing that periodic snow, the coldest air of the season coming through early next week. And then maybe, Juliet, we'll get a little bit of a break from all of this by the end of next week. And if you want to call it a heat wave, we'll be back into the middle 20s after that cold air on Monday.
All right. Thank you, Blake, for that.